If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more of my content. Also be sure to press the notification button down below, that way when a new video comes out, you'll be notified. Out of all the characters in Star Wars, Jango Fett is my favorite. So much so that I actually cosplayed him at one time during a convention. Say what you want about Attack of the Clones, but one of the best things to come out of episode 2 was Jango Fett. While his son Boba is more popular, I feel like Jango is the better bounty hunter. With him having this cool yet mysterious feel to him, and he was able to take on a few Jedi such as Obi-Wan, that dinosaur Jedi, and even Mace Windu before his unfortunate demise. I mean, it's better than how Boba went out. Thankfully, they made a game about Jango. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is a 2002 game for the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo GameCube that showed off the badass Mandalorian bounty hunter before the events of Attack of the Clones. And I don't care what the new Disney canon says, Jango Fett will always be a Mandalorian. So how is it? Well, let's get your jetpacks and pistols and let's find out. So what's the plot? Well, the former Jedi Count Dooku is contacted by his master, Darth Sidious, who will later become the Emperor, who informs Dooku that an organization called the Bando Gora is causing trouble for Sidious. The Bando Gora are led by a dark Jedi by the name of Kamari Vosa, who was a former student of Dooku. All the while, the Sith are trying to find a perfect specimen for the future clone army for the Republic. We then see Jango, who's hunting a guy that rigs fights. After Jango gets his target, he is contacted by Dooku under the name of Darth Tyrannus, who offers Jango 5 million credits to take down the Bando Gora. However, Jango isn't the only bounty hunter that Dooku contacts, as he also hires Jango's rival, another Mandalorian bounty hunter by the name of Montrose. Jango then travels across the universe to gather as much information on the Bando Gora. Along his journey, he begrudgingly teams up with another bounty hunter by the name of Zam Wesell. You know, that woman he kills when she's about to snitch on him to Obi-Wan and Anakin. So Jango must hunt down the Bando Gora and Kamari Vosa while facing as many obstacles, including his old rival Montrose, in order to get his reward from Dooku. So what's the good? Well, for starters, the story. Here we see a lot on Jango Fett and what he was doing before episode 2. We see where he got his ship, how he met Dooku, how he became the candidate for the clone army, and we even get some hints from his past, giving him a more mysterious edge towards him. You go to different worlds and each is very unique from the last, so it helps expand the Star Wars universe. The best I can describe Jango is a badass who doesn't take shit from anyone. He merely uses force over reasoning and doesn't like to be screwed over, and he will not hesitate to kill even if you're a high official. That being said, if you show some use for him, he will let you live, such as the case with Sam. But he does have a soft side as well, and while he has very few friends, he is very loyal to them. Such is the case with his Targaryen friend Ross, who gives information to Jango throughout the game about his locations. While I'll admit I don't find Sam to be interesting, I would be lying in saying that she wasn't a complex character. On one hand, she'll help out Jango, then she'll double cross him, then she'll save his life. It does show the complication with working with another bounty hunter, and because of Sam's loyalty issues, it does explain why the relationship ended the way it did in episode 2. Then we have Montrose. Montrose is someone I wish we could see more of. Despite not being the game much, he does steal the show. He is definitely a darker version of Jango. While Jango is in it for the money, Montrose is in it for the thrill of the hunt and to quench his bloodlust. Like Jango, he's a Mandalorian who actually fought alongside Jango but abandoned him in battle and sees Jango as being weak. It's a shame that he's not in the game much, as I really feel like he serves as the perfect rival for Jango. As for the gameplay, it's mainly you shooting up enemies on sight with Jango's 2 pistols. Luckily, you are given a wider range of weapons such as your flamethrower, missiles, and even a sniper rifle. You also have your jetpack, however you only have fuel for 4 seconds. Luckily it refuels, but I recommend using it during the best of times, especially when you're dealing with platform obstacles. You can collect secondary bounties here and there to help boost up your points. I mean, after all, you are a bounty hunter, so it makes sense that you hunt bounties. Now for the negatives. The graphics here have not aged well. However, this is a minor complaint since this game did come out in 2002 and most games from this era has not aged well, so I won't fault it for that. The gameplay on the other hand can get really repetitive, especially when it comes to enemies. Even when you kill all the bad guys, more just come out of nowhere. Basically, this is a run and gun game, but I would like something a little more diversity in gameplay. For example, when you go to the prison and plan in order to break someone out, you just run and shoot at the guards. I would have loved if it had this Metal Gear Solid style level where you break into the prison and sneak around and try not to get caught. However, this makes up by giving you difficult platforms and levels where you don't use your jetpack. Not to mention, remember I mentioned the worlds and backgrounds? Yeah, well, some of the areas look the damn same that you get lost, so I recommend you either have patience, look around and retrace your steps, or go watch playthroughs and get help from there. Overall, Star Wars Bounty Hunter is actually a pretty fun game. If you have a PS3 or a PS4, you can buy it from the PlayStation Store, or you want to go old school with a PS2 or Nintendo GameCube, you can buy a used cheap copy off Amazon. That being said, I would like a remake with a game with improved graphics and gameplay. While it might be a while before we get into the story featuring Jango or even Boba, with the recent release of The Mandalorian, it seems like the Fett legacy will live on in the new Disney canon. Overall, if you're a Star Wars fan and a fan of the Fett Man, or even just want to play a random run and gun game, I say check this one out.
One more thing, Gardula. Jabba sends his regards.